I didn't get a chance to do a live yesterday. I did upload a video. I wasn't really feeling well yesterday. I had a headache. Hey, Miss Clarinetta. I think I'm gonna be able to be on like 45 minutes. Yeah, I can do 45 minutes. I wanted to talk about what good is it for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul. And I was up early because, like I said, y'all know I have to get up with the chickens. And I was looking over some things, and I thought about Black Youngster, and I thought about Yo Gotti, and I thought about Govan. His trial is coming up really soon. And when I was thinking about Govan, I started thinking about when he did the interview with Stan G and how he looked into the camera. Hey, Miss Shan Ban, how he looked into the camera, and when he asked him if he knew Black Youngster, and he looked into the camera with a smirk and said, "I never met him a day in my life." But shout out to him, and I think it's those things that are, very insulting. And when people think, okay, that they can outsmart the system. Hey, Raw Talk. Good morning, love. Hey, Miss Muffin, Clarinetta, Christian. And I think it's funny because that was a very astute question, even though it may seem simple. Hey, Leo, that Stan G had asked him, because I don't think there's no way or form that people don't believe that he knows Black Youngster, right? And I get to thinking about, I think people think that Cornelius would be the star person, maybe, as of right now. But I don't believe, and this is just my belief, that Cornelius would be the only person that would be talking as it relates to the situation. But I got to thinking more so about Yo Gotti and Black Youngster, though, and Govan in the trial. I guess because the trial is exactly a week from today. And I put that thumbtack up of him being on the airplane. Okay. And I think it's so sad what has happened, what has taken place, all because people want money and fame. And I think I'm even like more, because in the mornings that's when I'm more mellowed out, and um my mind has not started wondering, with 100 things that I have going on. But and I have the opportunity to really just clearly think about stuff. It's there, Hey, gray face. Um, and so all of this stuff that has happened, and like I said, I think what's even more devastating to me is like how I've seen people try and justify um, a man being killed, men being killed because of misunderstandings and all of that. And I think it's so sad because when I see some of these men justify that, what they're trying to do is get us to make that the norm. How could they, when they have sons and daughters, um, get us to try and be understanding of why young Dolph was killed? And even with this young man that was killed last night. Now, I went back as it relates to C Money, and rest in peace to him. And I got to thinking about some stuff that a friend of mine that worked for the PD had told me. Um, I think these young men, and I'm not saying this is what had happened to him, had anything to do with what had happened to him. I can remember him saying when his team of officers were assigned to some things as it relates to some stuff. And I think, True Mafia was kind of caught up into that. It was like something that was going on. But I think the focus was more so on True Mafia, because that's when he's, I won't get into everything as it relates to that either. But I remember him bringing up those young men, and he didn't say anything bad about them. He just said that Zach Randolph had a really close relationship with True Mafia, and I remember him bringing up the Fast Cash Boys. I do believe, as a matter of fact, I know it. And rest in peace to the young man. I really, at this point, I don't know. I don't want to. Hopefully, what happened, his family gets to get peace and all of that. I was listening to Big True that say that Big Boogie says that he was getting ready to sign with CMG. I'm not going to get into talking about, I believe that this is why this happened. We don't know why this happened, I guess, at this point, why the people did this to him. But I do hope that his family is able to get some peace. I hope that his death is not in vain, as so many Black men, their deaths are. They die, and then you have other Black men telling people, you better not snitch. Their own daddy could be killed right in front of them. You better not snitch. I just think it's a damn shame that is the energy. And they mainly put that energy out there to manipulate the younger generation into believing the worst thing that they can do is snitch. It ain't bad if you kill somebody. It ain't bad if you go rape a child. You looked at as being worse of a person. They can go snatch a baby up and brutally assault a baby. And they'll be hanging on the corners with them, smoking weed. But you telling me the worst thing that a person can do is snitch, and you got families that are hurting. And so, a lot of these people are going to have to pay for what they do. It's not my job to judge them. Most of them got to be judged by 12, a jury of 12. And then they got something else, a higher entity that they got to be judged by. Okay. And I think that's even worse than anything, because that payback, that God get back ain't nothing nice. But I got to thinking about Black Youngster and Yo Gotti and all of the turmoil, how they thought that they, strategically crafted this thing together since about 2016 or 2017, when they saw that Young Dolph was he had a determination to go up. Yo Gotti had wanted to be where he is now, and he started going up when Young Dolph was killed. Because even when you look at the pictures of when he signed Black Youngster, you could tell that he did not have the money. He didn't have access to the money that he has access to at this point, as far as borrowing money. Okay. The credit line that he has now, he didn't have then. And so all of this turmoil that is going on in the city of Memphis, and it's funny to me when I hear, Yo Gotti don't mess with Memphis. He never did. As long as I can remember, Yo Gotti never really wanted to have. He always had such a disdain for Memphis after he started getting somewhat famous, right? He tried to really detach himself. And that's according to the people that I've talked to, because you might hear somebody else say, "You didn't do that, bitch." How you know? That's according to how you feel. I get so damn sick of people wanting to feel like what they say is law. Okay. And oftentimes they don't be knowing these folks no more than some people might know them. You don't even know who people know and who those people have some type of contact with. Okay. But it appears that he's always had somewhat of a disdain, and I'm not on here to even talk about that. I'm just thinking about something bigger. You know, it really bothers me that C Money was killed, and I don't. You know, I'm not saying that Yo Gotti and them had anything to do with that, because I don't. I'm not saying that, because I would never say that. Okay, not unless there was some proof of it. I mean, it could have just been something else. That young man was talking about um something on his um Facebook. Now Big Boogie says he was getting ready to sign with CMG, but that's something, because the young man was talking about being independent and doing it independent. And then he told the person, go ahead and go against the grain and push the button. So at this point, we don't really know. But I think about all of this stuff that has happened. Black Youngster didn't have, good morning, J Real. Black Youngster didn't have any issues with Young Dolph, but he put himself in the midst of this because he wanted the money and he wanted the fame. And now look at what is happening. And so the examples that are being set for some of these younger guys, it's just really sad. You know, Yo Gotti is not somebody that I could ever look up to. Okay, because I was raised in a healthy household. Okay, I was raised up in a healthy household with mentally sane people around me. And there's no way that I could ever hold a man in high esteem that got together and didn't stop until they took down another successful man. Now I get to thinking about, I got a nephew. I got two nephews that one of them is 7. Both of them are 7. Okay. One of them is really good in basketball. The other is really, really good in football. And so I want for my nephews to be successful. So I don't want, as they get older, okay, because you got a bunch of damn mentally ill people trying to promote energy of it's okay to take somebody out and then you a gangster, and then after you take them out you start going up. I mean, I can't put nobody like that in high places. Okay, a person like that could never be a role model because it's a hater. So you take somebody from their life and you trying to tell me it's okay just because you hating on them? And then people got the nerve to say, well, you know, he did, he a gangster. No, he running from the law. He trying to get everybody else to you know, to make that blow soft, to soften that blow for him. And that's you know, I think that's why a lot of people get mad at me, because my mind is so strong as it relates to that. And then here's the thing, people get mad at you when your mind's strong and they can't make you feel bad about your mind being strong. She the police, I'm pro police all day. I've been saying that. Okay, next. Now what? Well, you just don't like Yo Gotti. Now I don't like what he did. I've been saying that. Now what? Well, you hating on it. What the fuck I got to hate on the jealous ass nigga for, that feel like he could take a life of another man because his feelings got hurt? That's weak to me. Why would I hate on somebody like that? My mind's strong. His ain't. Okay. So that's what I get to thinking about. You know, what good is it for a man to gain the world? He's made enough money now to his credit line is big enough now. You know how Jay-Z, they get credit lines. They don't necessarily have the money, it's the credit lines. You know, he's got quite a bit of security and stuff around him. He's taking this man out, and now he wants to go and get the whole police department and the army and paying all that money for security to try and keep himself alive. Okay. But that God payback ain't gonna be nothing nice. It ain't gonna be nothing nice. Okay. And I think the people that get caught up in trying to protect people like this and destroying our community, and I'm a gangster. It's a lot of pitiful ass motherfuckers. I'm telling you, it is. I be looking at some of our black men and I get shamed sometimes. That's why when I see that it's some that's got some strong minds and they stand for something and they stand on principles and business, okay, I don't take a man down unless I need to, not because my feelings got hurt. I gravitate towards those, okay, and they are very extinct now because everybody got some bitch assness inside of them. Because it seems like to me, 1 out of every 10 people got some type of mental damn illness. Okay, I know people get mad at me for speaking it, but if I don't say it, who gonna say it? The truth got to come out. These motherfuckers got to stop being bitch ass niggas. Okay. Um, and these women got to stop being weak. Okay, and start speaking up more so as I do instead of hating. I see a lot of characteristics. It's expected because women are emotional. Okay, very emotional. But I guess I wouldn't expect that. When you lead and you're supposed to be leading, and I always say that with the way that I was raised, men are supposed to lead. You can't lead with your emotions all over the place and being a damn Tinkerbell. Okay. Oh, he talked about me. I'm gonna get a bunch of damn black youngsters that's weak minded to take him out. And now we see the black youngster, he was able to take himself out of the hood. But we heard what Mr. N, but I tried to tell y'all, I don't know why people would think that somebody else would know black youngster more than his damn family. His damn auntie was right over there with his cousin one day on live, and I do all I can to try to stop them because I know that they family. They ain't distant family, they close family. You don't get no closer than your mama's sister and your mama's first cousin. Okay, and so we was listening to him, to them. His auntie was the first to say, "What millions, baby? My nephew ain't got no millions." If you got a family, you see the energy of his family that is closest to him. I know somebody might say because they don't know, they ain't even close. Them folks is close. They closer than close. Okay? That's why you could hear his cousin get mad at him, but she said, I rocks with him. I already told his mama we it's going down. If God think he gonna do what he gonna do to him, I can't get mad at that. That's they blood related. Okay. But you heard his auntie say, "What millions, baby?" And then Mr. N got right on here and confirmed it and said that black youngster learned the business and him and Gotti fell out because he figured out after he had sold his soul, after he did what he did, his participation and what happened to Young Dolph, because he next. And I've been telling y'all that he next. Okay. Um, that he was even beating him out of, he had him to sign some bad situations and he wasn't getting what he's supposed to get. Okay. And I guess I felt like because he had put his life on the line, had lost quite a bit, that he would be loyal to him. But why would he be? He'd never been loyal to anybody else. Okay. And a lot of people don't look at it as being disloyal. My dad used to always say, it ain't no such thing as loyalty as it relates to business. Okay. My dad used to My dad used to always say in business, their job is to get everything that they can out of you. Okay. The other person's job is to try to get everything that they can out of you for a little bit of nothing. And he said, let me tell you something, gal. You always remember this. Your only job is just to make sure they don't. He said, so when you be getting mad saying, well, Dad, they tried to do this, they tried to trick me out of this. He said, I always remember that. That's their job. You only got one job, and that is to make sure they don't. Okay? And I always remember that. So in situations like this, you know, black youngsters started talking about loyalty. I die for CMG. I'm gonna do this, and what he said, I'll go to jail about this. He sure going. He going. He is. His day gonna come too. It's good he went on independent. Maybe that's why he getting on away from him, so he could feel. I probably shouldn't put this out because I know that he watches stuff like this. So what he'll try to do is, because black youngsters so weak minded, he'll try to reel him back in. You know what? I might need to go ahead and reel him back in. Okay, so I can have him close to me so that he'll feel a little bit of guilt about if he ever decides to say anything, right? But what good is it for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? And there's so many people losing their souls for money, for clout. It just don't make no sense. I don't put people that's got blood running through their veins, just like I do, in high places. Gotti is just mere man to me. Gotti, Black Youngster, and any of the rest of them. They're just mere man. And so he said, did you watch all the live did you watch all the live last night? No, what happened? And what live last night, Chattown Finest? What happened? Which live are you talking about? Chattown Finest, which live are you talking about? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Okay. And a lot of people choose to lose their soul. Um, I think even in the Bible days. What happened? No, I didn't look. I didn't see all of it. I fell asleep, and I fell asleep pretty early. That's probably why I'm up so early. But I got to get out of here, and I'm gonna take a. I got to take a and take a shower in the next 30 minutes. Um, what happened in the live chat, Town Finest? Okay, and so um now I'm curious. It was a mess. Stephen and Stanley went at it. Oh Lord. Well, Stephen got strong. He has strong views as it relates to the Young Dogs case, and Stanley um, um, has loyalty to his brother. So, hey, both of them have a strong, strong stance. Hey, Ace. He says, Miss T, all I'm going to say is South Memphis is not playing around with the get back for Doll. Yeah. I heard Stan G say that what happened to the young man last night, it may have happened somewhere else. I don't know. I did see this on the news, though. Let me pull this up. Um, I did see this on the news. Rest in peace to him. Okay, look, I'm gonna go look at the comments. The young man. Hold on. I think it was a shooting that happened though in um I don't know if it was the 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 shooting that happened in Frazier. I don't know if it was a shooting that happened in Frazier. Okay. But y'all, what good is it for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? It's some real cold-hearted, evil people out here. It really is. Like it's some. It is. It is. It's. I do know that there are like mental illnesses. You know where people do stuff. I was looking at a. I was reading something. Um. Yeah, I know I have a nonprofit organization, so I was reading this case file, and this lady was this her mother. She's an adult now. Her mother allowed. Um, said her mother had a hard time buying lunch and stuff for her when she was, in elementary school. And so she said that one day their minister, the preacher, told her to come down to their house, to his house, because he had her lunch money. She said her aunt had to give her lunch money every single day because her mother didn't have it. And so she said she remember she skipped on down there to this was the minister of their church house at 7 years old. And as soon as she got in the house, he raped her. Okay. And so then she talked about not only did the minister rape her, her mother was allowing this for money at 7 years old. Then a deacon started raping her, and then they would give her lunch money, right? And people are so barbaric. They try and blame these children when things of this nature happen. That's why I'm very meticulous about people. I watch what they say and their thought process because I don't want a barbaric ass motherfucker around me. Okay. And so at 11 years old, okay, so at 10 years old, she was going to school. She would have stuff running all down her leg, which would be like discharge. Okay. At 10 years old. And she said the kids would laugh at her and say she smelled like fish because they was using this baby. Okay. And then she became pregnant at 11 years old. And her mother made her marry. Her mother made her marry the pastor, right? At 11 years old. She said they went to one place and the judge refused to marry them. And they was able to get somebody else to marry them. By the time she was 16, she had 6 kids by this pastor. Okay. But I said that to say this is a lot of heartless, evil ass folks in this world. And you would think that would be at the top of the list. Stuff like that ain't supposed to be tolerated. They supposed to be trying to get at her mama and at that pastor. But instead, they've made people think that something like that would be forgivable and okay. The worst thing you could do is be a rat because they manipulate these damn young men so that they could feel some type of guilt or fear, because these are the pedophiles. At the core of it, a lot of these so-called gangsters are pedophiles. They look at little girls and they want young girls, okay? My friend, who was a police officer, said he was at one of his friends' house one day, and he said that some of the other guys that was there, they didn't know he was a police officer. They was just over there having fun. He said they was sitting outside and some young girls started walking down the street. And he said they couldn't have been no more than 10 or 11. You know, now because of the hormones, these little girls got butts and stuff. If mamas let them dress any kind of way, right? And he said one of the dudes started saying, them little girls fine. They look at them girls, they fine. And he said he told him, nigga, those are little girls. And he said he just kept saying it to his friend, said, nigga, those little girls, and this nigga right here, a police officer. He said, then he got quiet, but that's what I'm talking about. Stuff like that is acceptable. But the worst thing you could be is a rat. The mob, the Italians started that shit. Black folks just adopt anything. Okay, just adopt anything. Okay. The mob started that shit to make people within their organization, to make sure that they didn't snitch on them. And so now you got these black nothing having ass Negroes that's running around talking about, yeah, you're a rat, I'ma kill you. But bitch, you've been sitting up at the corner smoking weed with a pedophile, and you know he a pedophile, breaking in houses, raping folks, and you ain't got no issues with that. Y'all, what is going on now? Okay, what is going on? And so I think about how people still got Yo Gotti. Not everybody, because you know, folks want people to think that it's all gravy. Yo Gotti got a disdain for Memphis for a reason. He only comes back to Memphis to try and hijack Memphis as far as with the Glow badge. He knew he couldn't sell out a forum, and Glow really didn't sell out no forum, okay? But she did good, though. They say she did. Some people say she did good. Some say she didn't. It's a matter of opinion, okay? They gave away a lot of tickets, okay? And so he has a disdain for Memphis for a reason, and he had a disdain way before this situation happened with Young Dolph, and he even more so has a disdain, as you heard his sister say, okay? If I was my brothers, I wouldn't live here. But she had a business here. She forgot her mom and them had a restaurant over there. You don't like the people, but you want the people to keep putting generational wealth in your family. And it is because, okay, her brother always did some bitch ass shit, and he was called out on it. Not because people was hating on him. It seemed like to me he was a hater. You don't just kill a man because he hurt your feelings. You killed that man because he was successful, and you thought, okay, that you was going to be able to corner the market and everybody be up under them. But we serve a mighty good God, and the things that's gonna happen to him ain't really happened yet, but it's coming, okay? So what good is it for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So many people are giving up their souls just for paper, for green paper. They're selling out their mothers. They willing to die off and leave their children. It's a damn shame before God, okay? And so when people get to talking about, they try and convince these young dudes that's coming up, because they be constantly looking for hungry young people that they feel like are misplaced, that's talented, can halfway read and write, that's already out there in the street. And if they're desperate, that's when they want them, because when they're desperate, they feel like they can pay them to do anything. And so what they try to put into the atmosphere, well, you know what they did was sloppy. Somebody else could have did it better. No, they can't do it no better. They was gonna get caught if it had been pristine. You know why? Because we serve a good God. And I can't understand human beings putting other folks in positions that they should only have God, and that person can't be touched. You's a bitch. Y'all know I'm hood. I ain't ghetto, but I'm hood. You's a bitch. That's what you is. You's a stupid, ignorant mofo. Okay? You done set up as a man. You got another man in a high place that you should only have God talking about. He can't be touched. You pitiful to me. And so I don't deal with those kinds. So when people say, "Well, she want folks to be to agree with her," no, I don't. You don't have to agree with me. I just ain't gonna have no stupidity on here. I'm the host of this show, okay? And so I feel like I have a responsibility to ensure that folks don't put out crazy, untruthful stuff. I'm just gonna quietly block you. I used to cuss you out. I'm just gonna quietly block you. You got to get up out of here. My nerves is bad. You're not gonna make my nerves bad. Coming in here trying to spew stuff out that you already know, okay, is not true. And so I think people be wanting me to really just be on a whole lot of channels so that as soon as I come into the channel, they feel like this is my opportunity to try and attack her. Okay. That's why you don't see me on a whole lot of channels. I just stay right on my channel so I can hit the I can hit the block button. Okay. He said Magname Ace. Now that makes sense. Hold on, what Magname Ace say? He says a great face. C Money Death didn't have nothing to do with Dow. FTO said know what's going on. Oh Lord. We don't have to stop killing people because I think that C Money was talented. He seemed to have had a drive and a charisma about him. Okay, and he was probably get ready to go up. Why is it when they feel like these dudes get ready to go up, they kill him? That's unacceptable. Miss Muffin says he killed that man because he had that 100 million that he had to go borrow and pay interest on. I'm telling you. Now he got to pay his 100 million back, but look, Ari and Trey them, they tells me Young Dolph left them in excess of 100 million. Okay. And they ain't got to pay it back. So even still, this man was thinking about his kids because he knew these folks were so jealous that they could take him from his kids. Which is what someone see. Oh Lord, please God, I don't want to get started this morning. Yeah, I have to catch myself because I be ready to go in many different areas, but I already know it's gonna. I ain't gonna. Okay, I ain't gonna start no shit this morning. It's a peaceful morning. Greyface says, which is what somewhat started the beef with Moneybag and Young Mob. Because Moneybag did a song with him. And scared to go in the house because you know how low down you Yep. I'm telling you. McName Ace said it was get back for him. It was get back for him was cracking threes. Huh? What's that? Hey, She Johnson. At Great Face True, he should have stayed indie and not shook hands with CMG. Plus, cracking threes and disrespect will get you gone. Y'all tell me what cracking threes is. Y'all know y'all got to tell me that. Dolph had so much money, somebody gonna stumble up on some buried treasures if they ain't already here. I'm telling you. And they couldn't stand it. Okay. So, what good is it for a man to gain the world and lose soul? And people got to stop putting folks in high places. Okay. They got to stop putting people in high places that they should only have God. So, I don't know about that situation. C Money seemed humble to me just from looking at his videos and stuff. I didn't know him, but I definitely wouldn't go along with that he deserved to die just because if they killed him for getting ready to sign a contract, or even if he threw a gang sign up that was disrespect, that's not a reason to kill a man. It's unacceptable. I just don't understand for the life of me why folks with beef continue to play with their life going back to Memphis or anywhere they have beef. Yeah. Like I said, evidently somebody had threatened him. You know, these young men might have been in beefs for a while, but now why kill the man when hey Chocolate, why kill the man when he get, they think he get ready to go up? Yeah, he's buried in Memphis. He's buried in Memphis. I think Dolph is buried down there at that cemetery off of Elvis Presley. He said it's deeper than the gang signs. They be dissing dead people too. Hmm. Yeah, I tell you. Where's Stanley at? Stanley, is the trial gonna be televised? Steven said that the trial is gonna be televised. Steven found out that the trial is supposedly gonna be televised or streamed or whatever. So I don't know why they wouldn't want it to be streamed. Chattown says some don't believe in God. That's why they idolize these murderers. I agree. I think that's what's going on. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in God, and so they're idolizing these murderers, like you said. Which is a darn shame. And it's embarrassing. I have too many phones to keep up with. I can't never find them. I'm changing purses. Because I be wanting a big purse to keep my files and stuff in. I have everything. I put this purse so big. Here go one of my phones. Where my other one at? Is it on? It's dead. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Otto. Oh, here it is right here. Here you go, boo-boo. I'm talking to my phones like they're human beings. Hey, DJ Sipsall. Hey, Kevin. Looking to take my son on a weekend getaway, and he wants to visit Disneyland. That's awesome. It sound like you rumbling in a file cabinet. I'm telling you, that purse is so big. And I bought that big purse because I thought it was cute. But I be putting, I mean, it's so big. I can put my shoes in it. I put all my files in it, my folders. That's what's going on now. I got my folders in there. I got, you just throw everything in there. I'm gonna go in there and look at my closet and get one of my small purses. But then that's gonna be inconvenient because when I get a small purse here, I can't put it. I can't put nothing in it. Clarinetta says, Quit Lawyer said it's going to be a lot of cameras in the courtroom. He did say that. Okay. It's going to be a lot of cameras in the courtroom. Okay. They're not saying how long they think that trial is going to be. That's his suitcase. That ain't. I think I'm gonna change purses, y'all. I gotta go and get my hair rebraided. I'm going to take another trip. It says this time I'm getting those. They're gonna be. I told my the girl that braided my hair. I said I want to be real sassy this time. I'm getting them real long. Let's see how I like that. My braids be long anyways, but this time I'm getting them longer than I normally get them. I told him we have to be there early morning coming from Nashville. He said, sounds good to hear you laughing. I'm a happy person for the most part. I'm not when I'm stressed out. It's hard for me to be, you know. Only a coward cannot take words as well as you give words, be able to accept them. You cowardly hoes, and I don't give a f who it is, because a hoe ass ninja is a hoe ass ninja. That's true. They killed him because of jealousy. They've had people to say worse to them than Young Dolph did. It was just jealousy. When you're working hard to try and block a person and you haven't been able to do it, yeah. When you twist it, you start thinking about other things like killing that person. He said, "You remind me of my old lady telling me to get something out of her purse." I'd be like, "No, I that's what most men do, not unless they're nosy." When especially with everything I have in my purse, I got y'all hear that I got earrings, I got lip glosses. That's what all that cackling. I be like, okay, I think I want to wear this earring, that earring, that earring, that earring. So I just throw them in my purse so they can already be in my purse. I'm an ink pen freak, so I got all types of ink pens. I tell you, um, when would men understand that no one owns money? Who would he says Alabama hit a bro went off on Govan's brother. Let me pull it up. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me pull it up, y'all, right quick. Let's see. I got 10 minutes. Let me pull it up. So did he say something up on the thing? Or did he say something like were they going to edit like in the comments? No blessing you can acquire by the devil that won't compromise your very existence, that shall lead to your demise. I agree. That's what I said. Exposing the truth. Basically. McName A says, I was fixing to say I thought Stanley was the brother. Yeah, Stanley is Aquet's brother. He says, hope everybody have a good work week. Yeah, and those Mondays be so hard for me. It don't be hard, but y'all know how it is coming off of the weekend. And it seems like when I rest, and I really did rest. I really did rest this weekend. I'm tired. I guess I can't. When you get too much rest, you be tired. Shit. So now I guess I ain't gonna be able to, I gotta watch how much rest I get. How much rest I get. Y'all, I'm in my purse again. Don't be talking about me. I'm looking for a marker. I know I got one in here somewhere because I put a marker in here. I bought some markers and dropped them in my purse so I could have them. Oh, I got a 20. Oh, I got a 5 and a 10 down there. I didn't know that. I'm finding money. I got a 20, a 5, and a 10. I normally don't even carry money. Ain't that some shit? I don't know how long it's been down there because I'm trying to see where my damn marker at. I just bought some markers out of the Dollar Tree and I threw them in my purse. I don't see them. Is this my marker? No, that's a highlighter I bought at the Dollar Tree. Oh, I got another 5, y'all. Constantly finding money. Lord, thank you for the money. I know it's mine, but I thank you for letting me find it. Let me see. Where my damn markers at? I bought some markers at the Dollar Tree. I need some markers to label my fish. I'm gonna get off of here and take a shower in a few minutes. I got some Ziploc. I like to take my fish. I went into Sam's yesterday and bought some this long thing of trout. I want to be able to label it. I bought some trout. I bought some tuna so that I can grill my tuna. And what else did I buy? And I found in Sam's, I found 2. Y'all know I like roast beef. I found 2. It was 2 in 1 package for $21. 2 big ones. I couldn't beat that. I had to get it. Yeah, I cannot believe I cannot find the markers that I just bought out of the Dollar Tree. Because the folks gonna be talking about, she got so much junk in her purse. So I'm gonna just stop looking for it so y'all won't be talking about me. That ain't it. You will find them when I'm not looking for them, y'all. This is how big the purse is. He said he liked them. Yeah, I was looking at this YouTube. I was looking at this YouTube channel because there's this place in Memphis called Clay's Smoked Tuna. That tuna tastes so good. They have in real small containers. And I be wanting to buy some, but I can't pay $16.99 for something in a small container the size of a damn quarter. So I was like, I'm going to I bought some tuna. I'm talking about the raw tuna that you put on the grill. And I'm going to grill it. And I was looking at this YouTube channel, and then once you grill it, you kind of chop it up, and then you can make it like into a smoked tuna salad. And that's what I'm doing. I bought a lot of fish yesterday. I bought this long trout. Okay, I'm gonna grill him too, but I'll grill him this week. All I'm gonna eat is fish. Yeah, this week all I'm gonna eat is fish. So I'm gonna grill my tuna today. I'm gonna grill me some trout tomorrow. I'm gonna grill some salmon on Wednesday. I love catfish. I got catfish in there. I'm gonna grill me some catfish on Thursday, and I'm gonna do shrimp on Friday. This is a fish week. Oh, and I got some red snapper in there. Let me tell you something. She Johnson, I bought some red snapper, and they still got the head and the eyes on them. And I'm gonna tell you why I bought the red snapper. They was in Walmart. It was like, girl, they was so expensive. It's 6 in a bag, and oh, I don't even want to talk about how much I paid for them. But they're big, and they still had the eyes on them. Normally, I wouldn't buy fish that looks back at me, but I was looking at this YouTube channel, this Jamaican channel, and they had the whole red snapper. You know, you season it inside and out. You cut the belly open, and you put a lot of onions and stuff on it. You put the onions and stuff on it. I said, Lord, I said, should I cut the head off? And then I was looking at the Jamaicans was like, no, you eat the head too. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to eat his eyes though, y'all. I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna have to get my friend to come over here and cut his eyes out because I ain't gonna be able to eat the eyes. I can eat the head, but I'm not gonna be able to eat the eyes. And I don't want the eyes because I'm gonna feel a certain way about that fish laying on that plate looking at me. So his eyes got to come up out of the sockets. So I'm gonna have to get my friend to come over here and cut his eyes out. I ain't got the nerves to do it. At least if I want to eat him in peace, I ain't gonna have to worry about him looking at me. He said, all right, Miss Hey, Diane. Look at my eyelashes, child. I told y'all my eyelash girl, she tried some new eyelashes on me. And I told her, I said, I don't know about these eyelashes now. I said, because I like the ones that I've been wearing. They natural looking. I like them. And she's like, Miss Tamara, let me. I'm starting the eyelash line. Just let me try these on you. I said, okay. I'll let you go ahead and try it. Child, them things slid off of my eyes within a few days. So she gonna reach out to me and say, how did my eyelashes do? I said, they came off the next day. So well, I'm gonna just redo your eyelashes for free because she don't want to lose no good customer. Now I'm looking for my marker. I got to mark my fish. I be liking them when I put my food in bag. I like to mark it. Shit. Oh Lord have mercy. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm really embarrassed. All these damn ink pens. I can't find my marker. Oh, here go my perfume right here. It's my favorite perfume. I was wondering, I was like, I know I got the big bottle, but I had a little bottle too. Oh my God, I get so many compliments when I wear it. Here it is at the bottom of my purse. Wait a minute, y'all. Oh, look at my car keys right there. Yeah, I ain't gonna worry about it. Yeah, that red snapper is good. That red snapper be so good when it's grilled. I'm telling you, like I like to grill most of my food. I do. Like my fish and stuff, my shrimp, I like to grill it. I like to smoke it. Like that tuna, I bought the real tuna, the tuna flanks, and I'm gonna smoke it and make me a tuna and chop it up and make me a tuna salad. I got that off of a YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. Y'all, those are my. Oh, I done found another $5. Y'all, I'm cutting up. Shit, I'm loaded with money, and this person didn't know it. That's what happens when you have these big persons, and all you do is put your files and shit in them, and drop stuff in them. That's about $50. $50 I done found. I didn't even know I had. I'm gonna have to get some dollars. It's hot outside. It's a good thing I found it. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go buy a case of water. I like blackened salmon. I like honey glazed salmon. I found this nonprofit organization that's in my building. They go to the bee farm and get honey, and they just donate. They ask you to donate $1. So I always go up there and get organic honey that has not been processed, no sugar, just organic honey because they get it straight from the bee farm. I'm gonna do me some honey glazed salmon. You know, I like to glaze it with honey. Yeah, it might be on my desk. My markers may be on my desk, but I don't know why I would have put my markers on my desk. He said, Miss T, you be fussing at us to stay on topic, and now you're talking about markers. I know. I got frustrated when I couldn't find my marker because I was in the Dollar Tree. And I was like, oh, I need these markers right here. And I bought them. And now I can't find them. It frustrated me. I threw them in my purse. That's frustrating. I can't find them. I gotta stop opening up all my markers too. Anyways, I ain't gonna worry about it. But y'all, I got to get off of here and take a shower because I gotta get out of here. I gotta be out in the field all day today. So yeah. I know y'all don't talk about me. I know I got a lot of stuff in my purse. I'm gonna change purses. I got some change down there too. Oh, Lord have mercy. God ain't gonna worry about it. I don't know what happened to my markers, my Sharpies. That's what they are, Sharpies. Here go my little nail clipping set. It was down there too. Who is this texting me this early? Steven told me to eat carrots. You guys, y'all know what I was doing yesterday. I'm gonna tell y'all what I did yesterday because I had time to rest and stuff. And so it is going to happen. So next year, okay. And I'm excited because we're gonna start planning it this year. Next year, I am going to have an 80s party. And the theme of the party, I want y'all to come. I want y'all to come too. And the theme of the party is Back Down Memory Lane. And so I don't care if you do live out of town, I want y'all to come to Memphis. Oh my God, I done found another 20. My coworker gave me this though, and she gave me a cute, y'all, card with a high heels on it, and the heels got fur that's on it with real rhinestones and fur. So freaking cute. I need to put this up on my fireplace. I want y'all to come to Memphis, but yeah, those that are in Memphis, it's Back Down Memory Lane. We going back to the 80s. I loved growing up in the 80s. I did. I remember the 80s. You know, that's my earliest memories because I don't remember nothing about the 70s because I was born at the end of the 70s. So we're gonna go back down memory lane. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna try to get somebody there to I don't know, have to think about who I can have to come and sing and take us back down memory lane. But definitely have a lot of fun. But this December, I am working on having an event. I'm gonna send you an invite. I definitely am. I'm working on having an event that's going to take place here in Memphis. As it relates to my dad's nonprofit organization, right? It's going to be a black tie event, and I really want to open up. I want to extend an olive branch to invite everybody. I'm going to put the details out about it, and I'm going to have some of the local politicians to come and speak at the event, and hey, this will be the opportunity for people to network, but also it's a way to put the organization out there, to start raising funds for the organization. And up under the umbrella of that organization, my dad was a stickler for education and vocational schools. And one of the best kept secrets in the Memphis area is Memphis Light Gas and Waters. Employment with Memphis Light Gas and Water is one of the highest paying jobs with some of the best benefits. And so I've been talking to some of the people. Y'all know I do produce a TV show for Memphis Light Gas and Water, one of my clients. And so about partnering with me so that we can start telling young Black men, helping them to get trained and being electricians and all of that, so that they can get jobs with Memphis Light Gas and Water and get benefits and all of that. Okay, so that is one of the things that I want to do, working with Heidi and helping young men and women to get their backgrounds expunged so that they can get a job, and also helping people to get their driver's licenses reinstated. Okay, so that's those are a few of the things that will be up under the umbrella of the organization. And it is election season, so of course I have already talked to some of the politicians, and of course they are definitely on board. Okay, some of the local organizations that work with some of these people, they will be there with the people that are up under the umbrella of their organization that need help. So I'm going to Of course, Miss Diane, okay, who Miss Diane Brown, that's in the chat, has been so kind to cater the event. Okay, Miss Diane, who we're gonna start having at some of our events with her food truck. Y'all know Diane is getting a food truck, and Diane Delectables. Okay, but she's been so kind to take on the job of catering the event, and I do appreciate that. Just came to say amen to the thumbnail. Very well said. God bless y'all. Thank you, Capital BG. Anyways, y'all, I got to get ready to get out of here. I got to run now because I got to take a quick shower. I don't go nowhere without taking a damn bath or a shower. I took a bath last night, but I'm taking a shower. I take a shower. I take water have to hit me every day. And not because I stink, but because I have to be clean. I can't take no bath at night and then get up and say, well, I took a bath last night and I ain't got to do nothing this morning. No, I take a bath and a shower. That's how I do it. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I appreciate y'all again. We gonna continue this conversation. I know I got into a lot. Who was that came in here and bust me out? I know I got into a lot, but we gonna talk again today. Hopefully, we get the opportunity to talk again today. Okay. Hopefully, we get the opportunity to talk again today. If not, then I'll drop a video today. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I love you guys. I gotta run. I gotta get ready and go to work. I'll talk with you later.